Last time on No Direction Home. Hopper and I explored the beautiful countryside outside of New Orleans, and then later check out Bourbon Street at night. So when I started this solo journey, I had a few destinations in mind. I had a plan, at least in my head I had a plan. And the first part or the first phase of the trip was to just get to New Orleans and enjoy that trip from Ohio to New Orleans. And now that I'm done, I'm sort of sitting here and thinking about, well, I could return home or I could continue on. And if I wanted to continue on, one of the ideas I had would be to head to Florida and make my way through Florida and down to Miami. And if I'm going to go to Miami, I might as well go to the Keys. And so I was looking at the map, and I think I figured out a route that I could take to get from New Orleans down to Miami, and then of course down to the Florida Keys. And what I'm thinking about doing is like just like a hard burn through Florida, like minimal stops. Just like, I mean, not necessarily like super long days, but just hit a different spot each day, go to sleep, wake up the next day, continue traveling to try to make up as much distance. It's about 900 miles from New Orleans to Miami. So I figured we'd take a look at the map and I could show you my route that I'm planning on taking. And then tomorrow I'll wake up nice and early and get out of New Orleans and get started. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm here in New Orleans. I'm going to take off, head east through Louisiana along the Gulf Coast, pass through Mississippi, pass through Alabama quickly, and stop in Pensacola, Florida. Okay? Then continue on along the Gulf Coast through Florida, loop around, and wind up in Perry, Florida, right there. After that, I continue heading south through the state, down to Tampa, Florida. After I make it to Tampa, you guessed it, continue heading south along the Gulf Coast until I get to Naples. Once I get to Naples, I can shoot across the state, pass through the Everglades, wind up in Miami. Once I make it to Miami, I'm home free for the Florida Keys. So I'm here in Pensacola, Florida at my campsite. Beautiful campsite, beautiful views you can see behind me. Had a great drive today. Passed through 4 states, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and now Florida. Met a guy next to me. He saw my bike and he started chatting me up. And he had a pretty cool story. He's retired military, and he was a part of a, I don't know, paratrooper motorcycle unit in Grenada. They were dropping bikes in and they went tearing ass around Grenada on KL 250s. That's some crazy shit, man. He's got some good stories. We caught up a bit.
I was on an airborne motorcycle reconnaissance platoon. I was in Bravo Troop, 1st 17th Airborne Air Cavalry at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And 1st Squad of the Aero Rifle Platoon, which is a reconnaissance platoon. We were the motor squad of that platoon.
Did you ever take them into action?
Took them to Grenada and to Honduras.
How'd they perform?
Well, until we tore them up in Grenada.
You know, dudes love talking about motorcycles.
The morning rolls back into dust. There's no one standing there but I take your hand and lead the way.
I arrived at my campsite in Perry, Florida. It was a long day, like 280 miles from Pensacola, but a lot of straight shots straight down the highway. I made pretty good time. Straight flat roads. Got my dinner, got my drinks. Looking forward to just chilling rest of the night, taking it easy. This has got to be one of the best breakfasts I've ever had on the side of a road. All fresh. Eggs, grits, sausage, and a biscuit for $5. Starting my day out right. Thanks, my man. So I'm here in between somewhere, in between Tallahassee and Tampa on US 19. It's a beautiful stretch of road, nice easy riding, beautiful weather. It's a bit windy, but otherwise it's great. I just hit another 1,000 miles. I can stop and sort of acknowledge when that happens. Let's see how many more thousands I can go. Headed towards Marco Island. Beautiful Naples. So I arrived in Naples and I'm pulling into my campsite. So I arrived at my destination in Naples and got to my campsite, and kind of something different. This campsite was a little bit more expensive, and they told me I was getting my own pavilion, which looks like this. It's pretty cool, actually. So I've got my own pavilion. I was like thinking to myself, how am I gonna secure my tent if it's on a deck? And they gave me these cool, this just clips on and then this goes inside the deck and you just turn it, so now it's stuck in the board. They gave me a bunch of these, pretty cool. Got some shelves, can put my stuff up. Got my stuff charging. It's kind of cool, different. So I ran into a little problem yesterday. My GoPro mount broke, so I don't have my GoPro mounted on the front of my camera, and I have to fix it later today. The bad news about that is that I'm missing out on shooting all this cool footage while I'm riding. I'm seeing some beautiful scenery, so I wanted to pull over and just get a quick shot of it. So I'm in Everglades National Park, cutting across Florida from Naples to Miami, and my GoPro is having some technical difficulties, and I just saw this view and on 41, and I just had to stop and get some footage of it. Pretty amazing. Everglades is obviously like such a beautiful, beautiful park. All right, down the road we go. Pretty swank hotel room when in Miami. I have 2 beds, but 1 guy. So I arrived in Miami a little bit earlier this afternoon. It was a beautiful ride from Naples across the Florida Everglades. Just, just great scenery, great driving, and got into Miami a little bit this afternoon. Met up with some friends, got a nice hotel room, gonna splurge and treat myself. Tonight gonna go out and have a few drinks and enjoy Miami nightlife.
They come through pretty quick too. You know how long it takes them to stop? Like if they need to turn.
Next time on No Direction Home. Hopper and I head to Key West and stop at the southernmost point of the continental United States,